Hey everyone, before we start this great episode with our guest Bert Kreischer, I just want to talk to you and thank you. Thank you guys for all the donations that we have been getting. It's very important that you do donate. It keeps the show going. We, as you might think, the way this show sounds, we don't spend a lot of money on it, but actually we do. It costs a lot of money to make.
No, the truth is we don't spend that much money on it, but you donate even less.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're still in the minus column.
Yeah, we are definitely in the minus column. So please donate. Go onto our website, which is JimandEddieTalkShit.com, JimandEddieTalkShit.com. Donate. There's packages available. You get all kinds of things from T-shirts, posters, DVDs. Jason sings a song about you. You get to come here. We have two guys coming. Nobody else is.
We got the guy from England coming, don't we?
We have one guy from England coming, and I think a guy from San Diego.
The guy's booked his flight from England.
Yeah,
to watch
Stitcher. Go to Stitcher and download from our website or get the app on your smartphone. Most importantly, fucking put in the promotional code Jim and Eddie, douchebags. No, not douchebags. Jim and Eddie. No, it's just Jim and Eddie. Don't put in douchebags.
The douchebag bit is
Jim
implied.
and Eddie. Yeah, because people have been going to it. They click it, but they don't go through. And go to our website,
But
Jim and Eddie.
let's be honest, Eddie. Would you? Once you click and it starts playing, I just. Fuck them. Someone
they
else.
can, if they
I'd like you to do it as well.
We
It
got
would make
supposedly thousands of followers who love this show. If they want to help us and keep the show going, that's what they have to do.
We're getting close to breaking up, team. So
And tomorrow we hit our millionth download.
million downloads
Million downloads.
tomorrow.
So...
How do we know it's going to happen tomorrow?
Because Luke, who's coming tonight, Luke the albino, is a nerd and knows everything.
You know, it's going to be like that part in Facebook when they're all sitting around and they go, "We just hit 1 million, everybody!"
Yeah, they did that in a night.
It took them ages to get their first million. Yeah, no, and we could be the next Facebook.
Yeah,
there could be a movie here. This could be like the Social Network movie.
Yeah, so go to our Facebook page too. You can get there from our website, JimandEddieTalkShit.com. We're going to have to do this over, Ernie, without everyone. All right, thanks. And
why?
Because he's going to pay attention.
I thought that was good.
Okay. I think you're actually making the advertising interesting.
Here's the best part. We haven't even started the show yet.
Was that the Hulk theme you were singing?
Yeah, I was playing the Hulk theme.
You were playing the Hulk theme? Oh, that is.
Let's just start the fucking show.
What I liked about the Hulk, the show started.
Well, you got to be honest with me.
Right.
He's from Australia, so the Hulk theme just showed up
now
5 years ago.
Song now.
Two douchebags on a couch. One's an asshole, one's a grouch. And relentless, all their mouths. Jim and Eddie talk shit. Jim and Eddie talk shit. Jim and Eddie.
Okay, back. The Hulk thing.
Welcome to Talking Shit with Jim Jeffries and Eddie Ift. I'm Eddie Ift. We have the fucking greatest episode ever. Can you tell? I'm here with Jim on the couch in the rape cottage. We've got our guest, Bert Kreischer. In the room, we have our engineer, producer, fucking editor, fucking slick back hair, Ernie Machete, fucking
How
sumo
do you
wrestling
slick your hair? Is that a
motherfucker.
gel or do you just pull that back? Just pull it back?
He just pulls it back. We've got Roy, the intern, Lalit, the slut, and Jason, the fucking hour of fucking power is here tonight. If you don't know Jason, people go, who is this guy? Who the fuck is he? Bert Kreischer, our guest. We have to let you know why there's a man here sitting next to you.
I know the backstory.
You do? You've listened to the show?
Yeah, I've
okay.
listened to the show.
Yep, fine. Let's start the fucking
Jason
show.
used to sleep on the couch.
Yeah.
He's an asshole and a crap.
And just started smoking like recently?
Where was I born?
Is this a quiz show? Hold on. Panama. I'm going to guess. I don't know. Panama? You were born in Panama?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
He loves that. It makes him seem exotic.
Yeah.
He's got nothing.
John McCain
John McCain? Was he also born in Panama?
Either that or you have Tourette's.
and Doug up the street.
Wait a minute. Wait a
John
minute.
McCain.
Whoa, bullshit.
My penis is on
bullshit.
fire.
How could McCain be born in Panama and then run for
Because
president
we
of the
owned the
United
lease
States?
on the land. It was military. It was ours.
Oh, he was
Yeah,
military.
he was born in a military.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. But that's still less American than Obama.
That's the first you've ever
Yeah.
fucking stumped me.
So anyway, the Hulk, right?
What about
Yeah.
the Hulk?
In the TV show, he
green.
was called something else.
Yeah.
David Banner.
Bruce.
Yeah, that's his
because
name.
Bruce was
Because
too.
Bruce was too homosexual.
Yeah, they're afraid of that. Bruce Banner.
Because it was in the 70s. It was like Bruce Banner, everyone. and so they changed
How
it to
great would
David
that be if
for
Hulk
the.
just started and he'd go green and start chugging cock.
Yeah, they didn't want him to go, don't you make me angry. Ooh.
But Bruce
This is
Banner,
another pair of pants I have ruined.
but gay
look at
guys are all fucking buff now anyway.
only
so-
a gay guy would wear purple tight pants that would rip.
They're not. Were they purple?
yeah,
yeah.
purple.
Oh, what? Who wears purple pants to begin with?
Bruce Banner.
Bruce
Wasn't that
Banner.
based on adrenaline? Like they when they made the Hulk, they just captured people's adrenaline. Like when they'd be in a dangerous situation, like a car would flip
No,
over.
I think
'em.
that's the one that the remake of the Hulk, that TV show. He was like in a laser nuclear accident.
Well, in the TV show though, he showed like the mom, like he was always go back to like that mom that saved her
His
child.
wife.
Yeah, and he got their
And then
adrenaline.
squeeze the egg.
And originally, the Hulk used to go bang, crush, out of my way in the
In
comic
the
book.
comic.
Oh, yeah.
But then Lou Ferrigno, who was deaf,
Deaf, yeah.
bang, crush, out of my way. Right? They got rid of that. They cut that out because they didn't want a deaf Hulk.
I saw Lou.
I'm angry and green.
I saw Lou Ferrigno at Gold's Gym, and let me tell you something: human growth hormone and steroids work.
Oh, yeah.
he looks like he's 40 years old,
Side note: I went to a Dodgers game and sat next to a blind guy.
and people were like telling him what was going on.
No, just sat next to a fucking blind guy.
I hope you didn't have good seats.
We had great seats. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. Here's the thing: how fucking selfish.
Yeah.
Yeah, ruins
Because
it.
the
He could
whole
stay at
time
home.
you hear the crack of the bat, and if it's a foul ball, I've got to fucking save his life. This selfish cop.
He could catch that ball maybe.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. He might have been Daredevil.
yeah.
exactly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, see, he could be enjoying.
that-
he could be enjoying
that
every
comment-
aspect
One
of
of
the
the
game.
cruelest things I ever did on stage was with a blind lady, which was actually, it wasn't cool because she was laughing the whole time. But I was doing a theatre in England somewhere, and this blind lady was in the front row in the centre. And I could tell she was blind because she had the stick and everything, and she was doing that sort of that wobble to the side, that Stevie Wonder sort of movement.
Yeah.
And I said, "You're blind." I did a little joke. Then why the fuck are you sitting in the front? Someone would have enjoyed those seats. You should be sitting up the back near a speaker. Da, 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 da. And then I said, "Can I have a look at your cane?" And then I took it and I sort of did some joke. You know when you're on stage and you can
Snapped
joke.
it over your knee.
Yeah, I was joking about the cane, and then I kept on going, all right, I'll give it back to you. And I had the microphone stand end. But the audience were going mental.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'm only kidding. Here, I'll give it back to you. No, there's nothing there at all, right? So in the end, she's still laughing, and I said, I feel bad about what I've done to this woman, but I still had her cane. I just left it to the side of the stage. I said, from now on, give her as many drinks as she wants. It's all on me. Give her a shot and give her a few. And I kept on making sure she got drunk because eventually I knew she would need to have a piss during the show. And
have
she wouldn't have the cane.
Does this show you the depravity
Oh
of
my
this
God.
fucking human being?
That
the way he
is-
thinks.
No, but
It wasn't just he was acting on it; he was calculating
I love-
how he could make it
I
worse.
love that that's where your brain was on stage.
Oh,
That your
God.
brain was whispering to you, keep drinking. She's going to have to piss soon.
She's gonna have to piss
You've
it,
got
and she's
the
gonna
cane.
have to.
Let's see
You've
this
still got the
happen.
cane, and
Maybe
then no
there's
one,
a chance I can
But
fuck
it was
her
like
later.
entertainment for me because no one else would know that I was doing this.
Yeah.
This was my plan. She was oblivious to
You
it as
saw
well.
a happy mistake walking up in front of you.
Yes.
It was about to fucking train wreck in
Which
front of
also leads me into where me,
Pretty much what we've been doing with Jason since we found him.
where
Yeah.
me, Eddie, Lalit, and Jason all went last week. Where do we go, Lalit?
Little People Convention.
Of America.
you. Really?
Yeah,
We went there. I performed at the Little People's Convention of America.
I did not. Out of
Yes,
choice.
but may I also say is when you show up at a Little People's Convention with Eddie Ift, who has made a lot of Little People jokes over the years, you're not as welcome as you might be. Everyone gives you a bit of, what's Eddie doing here?
I've had a lot of fans or people that don't like me in this world. I didn't realize that most of them are midgets.
No, you don't say the midget where we
It's a
learned
little
that.
person.
Did we
Little
learn
person.
anything?
Okay.
Little people, dwarf is socially acceptable.
Wow, yeah.
Tiny fuckers
Dwarf
hate
is?
But I'm
me.
going to say that this is what I went in and one of the dwarfs took me aside before I went on stage and said, Jim, and I won't do the special voice, but said, Jim, we're really happy to have you here.
You can't do it. Helium.
We're really happy to have you here, Jim. And it was a female dwarf, I think, you can never tell. And no, it was a female dwarf. And she goes, we're really happy to have you here, Jim, but here's the rules. You're not allowed to say retard and you can't say midget on stage, okay? And I said, got it. So nigger's cool, right? And she didn't laugh. Like I thought that would get a laugh because it was so out of left field and mean. And she just
Yeah.
went, no, you can't say that either. Right?
She didn't say you couldn't say cunt.
Yeah,
which you
well, yeah,
said.
exactly.
He said cunt 180. I've watched him perform a million times because a lot of same shows. I've never been uncomfortable like I was that night.
Yeah, you drove a
Eddie
little,
was
little
squirming.
herd
I
out.
was squirming. I had to turn around and
I
laugh.
put a
into
little
the wall.
herd out.
There's
Audience was squirming.
a pace of dwarves left.
Oh, I lost a. I think they call it a murder of dwarfs.
Yeah. he walked Snow White 7.
Maybe it's a-
they
maybe-
just fucking went out
Oh,
the
it looks
door.
like it's time to go to work, huh, guys?
Maybe it was a cackle of dwarfs. Oh no, they would have been enjoying it.
No, wait, Eddie. This is.
So the thing is, I did my normal routine.
Yeah.
But it's weird when you just go, you know, when you're fucking a chick and you got her in the cunt and you're fucking.
Well-
you know, when like my routine doesn't feel offensive when everyone's laughing.
But
when no one's laughing,
really?
I'm a very offensive comedian when no
Very.
one's
It's like my
laughing.
dick doesn't feel small in the
What
dark.
did you say?
When the lights on, I'm like, oh, this thing's a fucking wreck.
Bert, you know how, like, as a comic, you usually 99.9% of the time you don't turn down a gig when they give it to you. You're just
Right,
like, I'll
right.
get up there. Jim's agent's assistant said to me, she said, hey, do you want to do a set? And I went, no. Because all I thought was
thrown shit at
there's a
you.
midget in every one of my
And
jokes.
he's the worst person to be around.
Kill the tall one! Kill the tall
when
one!
you bomb or when you have one of those things where you take a chance and you feel like he's going to have your support and he just fucking bails on you. You made me uncomfortable. Like, what the fuck? Aren't you one of me? Aren't we the same?
I let Bert die on stage like no one's
first
ever
of all,
died.
First of all, it wasn't death, okay? Eddie was a backstabber sometimes. This is okay. We did a tour when
Would you call that a tour?
it was 2 dates. It was gonna be a tour if we hadn't fucking ran it into the ground.
2 dates.
And one at a theater and then one at a club. And I had to go last. And I think in all fairness, I had started drinking fairly early that afternoon. And there's no one in the crowd. It's a college campus, and they're uptight to begin with. I mean,
I hate that about young college
fucking
people.
vocal cords shouldn't develop until you're
It's because
30.
they still have their morals intact.
They're moles?
Their morals.
Oh, they're morals. Oh, no, they don't fucking know a thing.
Do you,
I
no, do
fucking
you
hate
remember
college.
how idealistic you were when you were 20?
Oh, I have big ideas. Buying
Yeah.
fucking Grateful Dead posters and putting them up like I knew what the fuck I was talking about. Fucking peace symbols
And how
everywhere.
the government and how you shouldn't buy anything from Nestle
Fuck
because
yeah.
of the milk that they give to the people in Africa. And now I'm like, fuck that. Love chocolate. Give it to me.
And then you get older and you start seeing how shit works, and you're like, oh, man, I didn't know a fucking thing in college. So I'm on stage. It's a dead. Everyone's bombing anyway, and I decided to do. I had a bit that I thought was back when this was relevant. I go, hey, can I get some volunteers from the audience who wants to do a little improv with me on stage? And like whatever 15 people, everyone's like hands up. I go, all right, let's get a few guys up here and get a girl. All right, come on, here we go. I go, all right, and so I go, all right, we're gonna improv the Duke rape, and
He wanted to reenact
I
the
wanna
Duke rape
reenact-
case.
What's the Duke rape?
These
Okay,
Duke
it was
lacrosse
this-
players
Oh,
supposedly
you told me
raped a
about this.
girl.
I thought I'd know about
So
this.
I
That's
sat-
very funny.
so
You got a whole lot of boys and one girl.
yeah,
So
and
let's
so-
do it. And there's only 15 people in the ground.
and I let the girl be one of the guys, and I said, I'll be the great. My point was, here, my two things.
Wait. You go.
My point
Somebody get me a broomstick.
because they said there was a broomstick, and I was like, what fucking college student has a broom handy? During a grab the broom. Should have said fucking the Encyclopedia Britannica. So anyway, I make up. This is the bathroom, and we got to all do this. But it was funny to watch people get into rape mode. Like guys would fucking grab you and go grab her legs, and I'm like, hold on, and then Eddie fucking comes to the front of the stage and goes, I will not let this happen.
That's not what
This
happened.
is what happened. I go,
You're
Eddie,
full of shit.
bullshit. Do you remember the fight we got in that night?
I know. And here's what happened. I'm sitting in the audience. This is the story. And this
We
is-
don't care about your version. Finish, but
Yeah. I will not let this happen.
That's not what
And I go,
happened.
Eddie,
Not
don't do
even
this.
close.
I'm like, it is not working. It's not going over well.
I
But,
only
oh,
have rape jokes in my act. That's
This is
all I
when
have.
this is when you were sober, Eddie Ift.
No,
when Eddie
was
Ift
I?
had you were sober with abs, and you were like,
That's where he
turning
is
a new
now.
Leaf. You're
No,
sober right now.
I'm not sober, but
you're pretty sober right now.
yeah, I'm kind of sober.
So we get done. It bombs horrible, and then it ends with us walking outside. Do you remember this guy and this girl were fighting? And I yelled, "Hit her!" And
So wait a minute, I want to know more. When Eddie went, what did the crowd do?
then everyone on stage got really uncomfortable because the comic they just saw was like, I won't let this happen. This is bad, Bert. This is bad. What you're doing is wrong. And I went,
Now, Eddie,
Now I'll
what
tell you
do
my
you
version.
think you said?
Here's what my version of it. The show it didn't sell well, first of all. And there
Well,
was a
what with this Killer Bill?
there was a
Me, Eddie, Marshall Childs, and Ben Glebe.
There's a scattered audience, and I have a good set. I go up early on the show, and I have a good show, so I'm like, oh, that's it. So Bert's fucking drunk, and he's kind of, you were kind of bombing, and then
I was bombing. Oh,
and
yeah,
then
yeah,
he
yeah. I'm not saying I was killing.
And then you took a bomb to another degree when you went, let's do this, let's do the rape case.
Okay, so what did you say?
So I thought, I'm watching, and you go, he's calling people up there. He goes, Eddie, come on, get up here. And I go, no, because I'm like, I already did well.
Ben Glebe's up on stage with his pants around his ankles, if I remember correctly. Ben Glebe was the first one to get into the rape. He was like, I'm in.
Yeah. I bet he's got a rapey demure to him though.
Yeah.
Wait, so I'm like, I already did well. I don't want to ruin what I did.
Did well is generous.
with these guys. So I let them go.
Is this Eddie Well or regular Well?
It's Eddie Will.
So Bert fucking threw a fit that night.
I
Really
proceeded to just get more drunk and then not let it go. So then the next time I go, Eddie, whatever, I'm going to do it again next night. I go, whatever you do not cock block the bit. Let it happen.
And out of
he
peer pressure,
and so Eddie,
I'm fucking on stage in the
Eddie's
rape.
on stage in the rape, and did it not kill that night?
It did kill.
It killed because I think one guy might have raped a girl, and he was really into it. He had a puka chokler. Do you remember that guy?
You know, I ran into him.
Shut up!
Like 5 years later, whatever.
you
it was.
serious?
Swear to God, at the bar, the other room down here in Abbot Kinney, I look at the guy and I go, hey, dude, you helped rape that girl on stage in Atlanta. And he's like, high five, man. He was in the Navy.
Yeah.
And he was in this bar. I'm like, fucking you were there.
It killed the second night.
But
killed.
Here's the word. At one point, Bert goes to me, and I had a good show. Bert goes, take your shirt off. And I have a picture of it. Everyone has their shirts off.
Oh, yeah.
On
We're all
stage.
shirtless on.
And Bert goes to me, take your shirt off. And I'm like, no. He goes, fucking take your shirt off. And I'm like, no. And he goes, take your shirt off. I'm like, no, I'm in shape.
So what's the problem with that?
Won't be funny.
It's
Really?
Fucking Joe Piscopo, Carrot Top.
You don't think being in shape's funny?
No, it's not funny at all.
I don't think being in shape's that funny, but I don't think it would have mattered.
I don't think it would have mattered. I don't think people.
Fat's funny.
I don't think people would have not laughed because you had your shirt off.
Yeah.
Fat's funny. No, but it was.
I'm funnier when I'm fat. Like when I lost weight, I remember being on stage being like
Uncomfortable.
I was just like, what do I have to piss and moan about? I'm in really good shape. I was 186 pounds. I was doing spin class every day, and now I'm 230, and I literally just get on stage and giggle, and they fucking laugh.
Yep.
And I'm like, man, this is fucking stealing money from the poor.
Is this the biggest you've ever been?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 220 or something. The biggest ever. Oh, 214.
Depressing. You know what's the depressing part for me is my stomach, pubis, dick area, like because it just doesn't look right. Like my pubis.
I don't assume that ever looked right.
Is your pubis fat?
Yeah.
Like, it's got like fat around.
You mean the bit above your cock has gotten fat?
Yeah. Your
So there's
pubis.
like a
Is
little.
that called a pubis?
No, that's
Yeah.
a bubble cock.
No, it's
I have
called.
to shit really badly all of a sudden. I mean,
All this talk of man fupa.
Like, do you have diarrhea?
Yeah.
You have diarrhea?
Yeah, I'll be back in a minute.
Don't shit on the seat. You've shit on the seat twice already.
Don't shit.
Wait, how do you shit on the seat?
You've shit on the seat.
You mean up under the seat?
No, on top of the seat.
I have not shit on top of it.
And you've had blood on there.
You don't look 220 at all. Oh, I got these great
He hides
preparation
it well.
H take-alongs.
Tell him he tries everything and nothing works.
Oh,
for his
they're the
hemorrhoids.
best. You just
He goes to the store to fix his hemorrhoids and buys every single item on the shelf.
Do you know that often hemorrhoids could be a misdiagnosis when you actually have anusitis?
what's sinusitis?
Something that's similar to hemorrhoids, I guess.
But what is it?
Bleeding
Is it
from your
deadly?
ass.
It's an anus. Your anus gets inflamed and bloody and shit. And
That might
it's-
be mine.
Did you
It's
just
different.
make this up?
No,
No.
someone tweeted it and I looked it up, and it's like.
So
I was looking up like lyrics, you know.
I fell off an aircraft carrier, like probably about a year ago now.
Wait,
Jesus.
how far off an aircraft carrier?
40, 50 feet.
Into the water?
Did
Into the
you
water.
to
Yeah,
support
yeah,
our
yeah.
troops?
Yeah, no, I didn't know. I was doing Flutog, the thing for Red Bull, and they fly you off an aircraft carrier. And so I fell and I broke my ribs.
Is that in New York City?
This was in Philly.
Oh.
And so I broke my ribs and I was up, but I didn't know I'd broken them because I was, you're so amped up. And you get done and I was like, there's a little twinge in here, but I'm fine. And
Did
then
it just disappear and then reappear? Is that why you fell?
what's that?
What did you just ask?
Nothing.
Did you just try to make one of your jokes?
Yeah, it's a Philadelphia experiment.
Wait.
Because there's an aircraft carrier in Philly.
Oh.
And he fell. Disappeared on you.
Jason, why don't you say you were trolling again?
I'm trolling.
That's what he calls it when he makes a joke.
It was terrible. I'm just trolling.
He pretends like he tried to make the bad joke.
Oh yeah. So anyway, I broke my ribs, and then they have a hospital there, like a setup, and they looked at me, and I was like, I'm fine. So I go out partying that night because I'd survived. I thought I was going to break my neck, and then I wake up the next day. I get to the airport, and I'm shitting blood, like massively, like not like you wipe and there's some blood. There's like blood dripping out of my ass, and I'm like, oh, this is fucking bad.
Yeah, that's bad.
And so I self medicate with Vicodin and whiskey. Get on the plane, fly home. Get home and I'm just bad, and I take a shit and I tell my wife, I'm like, hey, I think I'm shitting blood, and she's like, how bad is it? And I go, I think I might need to the hospital. So we take me to the hospital, and the doctor, first thing the doctor goes, are you Bert the Conqueror? And I go, yeah. He's like, what's wrong? I go, I'm shitting blood. And he's like, why? I was like, I don't fucking know. Like, I was sitting on a knife, dickhead. I don't know. That's why I'm here. I don't know why I'm shitting blood. And he goes, how bad? I go, it's pretty bad. And he goes, all right, bend over. Have you ever had the rectal exam?
Yeah.
They lay you on your side.
Yeah.
Like, I thought they was like, lay on your side and lift your leg, like the Heisman Trophy winner. Like, they don't bend you over on all fours like a gentleman.
I would rather have all four.
I'd rather have all fours. I'd rather be bent over and have my ass fingered like that. But he lays me on my side and does it. And then he goes, oh, it's just hemorrhoids. I went, what? He goes, it's just hemorrhoids. You're fine. I went, what about my ribs? He goes, well, you broke your ribs too, but you wouldn't be shitting blood from broken ribs. You're fine.
You could. Couldn't
No,
you?
it's in. You only reason you shit blood is if you are. I forget. He told me
Eating blood.
Nope. If you had broken your ribs and it was really bad, you'd be pissing blood.
Oh.
But shitting blood's coming from your stomach, so it's like he's like he's like, you're fine. He's like, start eating a little more fiber and less like booze and stuff.
Welcome to Jim's world. He's probably leaving some blood on the toilet right now.
Now, does he party?
Yes and no. It's hard to explain.
All those British guys, like I did that tour in South Africa, and all those British guys, man, like
It's different over there.
they're like, yeah, you want to get some coke? And I'm like, what?
First time I went
South Africa? Who's getting coke? Have you been locked up abroad? Are you guys out of your fucking mind?
My first trip to the UK to do comedy. In America, because of the TV industry, they want you to be clean.
Yeah.
Clean and so like they want you to be a good, nice guy that can be TV friendly. I go over to the UK, and I think it was like 2000 was my first year touring over there. I walk in the Comedy Store green room, and guys are just doing blow, and everybody's smoking weed.
Yeah.
Then I went to the Glee Club in Birmingham, and they have like somebody's got like a bowl of marijuana, like a bowl, like not like a bowl you smoke, like a bowl of like just weed. And they were all just rolling joints and putting the tobacco in it, and everybody's smoking it. And I'm like, aren't you worried about the manager coming in? And they're like, what? Like, what the fuck is wrong?
That's what I thought comedy would be like when I moved to
That's
New
what
York.
it should have been.
And it was like fucking Jim Norton, Bobby Kelly.
All-
Like everyone
all
was sober.
reformed
Everyone
addicts.
was sober. And I was like, are you serious? I was like, I thought we were going to party balls. The only person that you ever drank with me was you.
That's how I met Bert. This is a funny story. Bert was on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine in, what year was that?
97.
97. I was doing comedy in New York, and I read this Rolling Stone magazine about, they went to Florida State to do a thing on the biggest party school in the country. They go there, and rather than writing about the college, they find the kid that everyone talked about is this kid, Bert Kreischer. He's like a seventh-year senior, and all he does is just like fucking shove every kind of chemical in his body, and then go to the top of the high dive at the swimming pool and dive off every night. Like he's just
I was a fucking party
Like
animal.
he lives in
I was
fountains.
a real party
He
animal.
like sleeps in fountains, and like goes to the wrong classes.
I won an election by taking a shit on a pizza box.
So I read about this guy. And I'm like, oh, I used to party like this. Who the fuck's this guy? And at the very end of the article, it says, what are Bert's plans now? Well, he plans to move to New York City and be a stand-up comedian. And I swear to God, I remember reading that. And at the end, I went, good fucking luck.
Everyone said that because comedians are not normally in America. I can only say America because I don't know. I think maybe in Europe it's different. But comedians are the guy who is uncomfortable at the party and doesn't speak. They're never like me or Eddie, who's comfortable and wants to talk to people and wants to get along. They're that awkward person, and they instill that so much in you. They almost make you think that if you are a social butterfly, that you're going to be bad at comedy. I remember people telling me you're going to be horrible. The funny guy at the party is never the funny guy on stage.
You got to be the quiet Dimitri Martin, like really
Dimitri was
intellectual and
silent. You would sit. I drove to Atlantic City with Dimitri one weekend, me and him, and we didn't speak the entire time. And I was like, man, Dimitri, but then he was like, wow, we're having a great time, aren't we? And I was like, I don't tell, yeah.
Really?
That's like the first year of my friendship with Jim. We didn't talk. We just sit here and watch Cheers. That's it.
Really?
You're like, want to watch Cheers? Yeah.
Now you just do it with pinball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Bert, Catch a Rising Star was a club in New York City that's now gone under that was fucking amazing. It was going out of business. It was like we tried to drink all the liquor for free that we could.
I remember
and they were
that
having
night.
they were having a big party one night, and all the big name comics were there, and everybody's at the bar drinking. There's a giant party going on to celebrate the club. And comics are kind of reserved still. And at the end of the bar, I hear this guy going, "Would somebody get me a fucking drink right fucking now?" And I go, "Who the fuck is that guy?" And somebody goes, "He's this guy Bert Kreischer. He just moved here to do stand up from
I
Florida."
was hanging out with Attell that night because I walked up and I was like, hey, I think you're really funny. I'm a new comic. Can you give me any advice? And Attell goes, quit. And I said, well, I can't quit. And he goes, oh no, it's even better. I met Kevin Brennan. My parents knew Kevin Brennan from
Kevin
Philly.
Brennan, episode 27, that
The
never
last
made
episode.
it. The last episode.
Oh, never made it on that one.
So he was like,
I'm back from my poo, by the way.
how was it, bloody?
was it?
No, good. This is the best my hemorrhoids have been in months.
Good.
Really?
Yep.
I thought they were gone a little while ago.
They were gone and they came back.
So this is
They're
like
kind of like you.
This is Return of the Jedi. That makes sense. Empire Strikes Back.
You're not quick tonight. What's going on? You're really stoned, or
What are you
what?
angry at me for? Why are you giving
why am
me?
I angry? What are you talking about?
Why are you giving me an angry stare for? What have
I'm
I
not
done?
angry.
What are you on tonight?
Nothing.
Don't lie.
Is
You're not high?
is my pop brownie still in the fridge?
Nope.
Yeah, I thought that might be gone.
You can't handle that.
I don't like it. No, I don't
I
like
was
it.
doing you a favor.
Wait, did you grow up smoking weed?
No, I hate weed.
I hate weed too.
Booze?
Yeah, I love booze.
Coke?
Yeah, I've dabbled.
Fucking-
I like
You're
weed.
gonna get him in trouble. His brothers listen to the show, and the
Oh, yeah.
second he talks about doing coke, boom, they call his mother.
They call my mum up. Yeah,
Really?
yeah. They dob me in. One of my brothers is a cop as well.
Shut up.
Yeah, so I get dobbed in by the cops.
I remember and when I was in South Africa, you were supposed to go. I don't know who ended up filling your spot, but I lived next door to Steve Hughes the entire time.
Right.
And I remember Steve coming over. We shared like a thing and just knocks on my window because we shared like a backyard kind of thing.
Yeah.
Knocks on my window and I open the door and he's like, "We're getting sorted. Want to get sorted?" And I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Alistair's in there and we're getting sorted. Come on."
Who's in there?
Alistair Barry.
Oh, Alistair Barry. Yeah, he's a drunk. Yeah.
Yeah, and so they were just funny. Like I was like, guys, because in America, the concept of doing drugs in a foreign country is been ingrained in us. You're gonna be stuck in a fucking
Turkish
Turkish
prison.
prison or
Yeah.
Thailand.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
I'm okay.
Oh no, it's all right in South Africa, but
I was in Dubai doing gigs there, and was with a bunch of comics that were doing drugs in Dubai.
I would
in the Middle
never.
East.
Oh, I
in a
know. No, I
million
never touched
fucking-
them. I
was
never touched
so
them in Dubai.
fucking.
I'd be gone. I'd
scared.
walk out of the room.
But it was one of these things where I was kind of trapped at this house,
Yeah.
and like there was no way. Like we took taxis there, and I didn't know how to call a taxi to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
And everybody's there and they're doing drugs, and I was like, "Are you guys fucking crazy? We're gonna get they're gonna kill us for this. We're gonna spend the rest of our lives in a fucking prison."
I'm trying to think of the.
Meanwhile, I had no problem with all the hookers we had there.
Yeah,
Well, that's not as big an offense.
Andre
is it?
Vincent replaced you.
Oh, that would have been nice for you. No, Andre's actually. I won't say too much because Andre's brother is my manager.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so-
Yeah, I actually know that. It was like right when we were there. Andre and I.
He's all right.
Andre and I.
He's just bitches.
Yeah, he can get bitchy.
Andre can make a bit of information go faster than the internet.
He and I got along so fucking well, like really well for the first couple times, and then I had a joke about fighting a black guy at night, and the punchline was fight. It was a true story about getting in a fight with a black guy in high school. And
I never remember cancelling on South Africa.
Yeah,
I did it though. I met Eddie in South Africa.
Yeah, we did it once, or we did it twice together.
No, we did it once together, and then I just did it recently. Anyway, go on. You were fighting a black guy.
and so
We're just
the joke
we're just editing the other bit out. Just
Don't
that
worry.
you were fighting a black guy.
So I don't even want to dance around that fucking word.
I know, because it's amazing. Because we
No, you wouldn't want to because they're such good dancers, though. You don't want to have a dance off with that word.
these days. And
I always look at our two Mexicans to check that it's all right. As long as our two Mexicans are laughing.
two Mexicans equal one black.
That was really racist.
What are you talking about?
They don't?
Mexican are the hardest working people in the world.
I want to be so part of this
So wait,
conversation.
two blacks equal a Mexican.
Two blacks equal one Mexican.
God.
We're talking
My name
work.
is Bert Chrysler, and I do not sponsor that.
How many Mexicans equal white?
Eddie, I will not be a part of this.
How many?
I will not be a part of this.
How many Mexicans
Equal
equal a white? Well, the population of Mexico hasn't proven to be such yet. I'm going to cut this out. This is
Yeah,
horrible.
what are you guys doing? How far can we go?
It depends what white you're talking about. Like, Jason's a white.
Yeah, that's right. I'll take.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Jason, you're not even good enough to be a Mexican. That's how little you work, Jason. Our Mexicans are laughing for the people at home.
Yeah.
The Mexicans are the only ones laughing. I'm sitting back here going, I can't believe we're having this conversation.
Bert, we play a game here every once in a while. We say, if you could be any race other than your own, what
Black.
would you be?
Would you?
be like-
Oh, on a fucking heartbeat.
We both chose Bina, me and Eddie. We did.
Oh, I'd be black in a fucking heartbeat.
Would you?
Wait.
Yes,
Ray,
and I would
Ray's,
be.
Ray,
I would be the worst. Like what the kind of black person that white people hate and black people hate. I'd be like Tupac. I'd be loud. I'd be fucking.
You'd be in the cinema.
I'd be in a gang.
How's that any different than now?
Yeah, no, I'd be myself, but black.
Why would you want to be in a game?
I don't know. I just look at it. I've been always fucking fascinated.
you always
by
look.
it.
You look good in a bandana.
I do. I look really good. Let me tell you something. I used to rock the Tupac bandana backwards, granny style. That's how I used to wear bandanas in college. There were times.
Can you please put that on your website?
There were times when I was obsessed with Tupac in college.
All right. Next question: Mexican or Asian?
Yeah.
Mexican.
Wow.
Keep going this. Dude. Keep
Asian
going
or
this.
Native American Indian?
Asian.
Asian or albino?
Asian.
We got one coming.
You got an albino coming?
coming
I
any
had an
second.
albino guy take his dick out.
Asian.
One time.
Asian.
What did it look like? What did it look
It
like?
looked like a fucking lighthouse. White, real blight with no grass. Like
Hey,
just
let's get when Luke comes here. Let's
We'll
get
get
his
him to
cock
get
out.
it out. We'll get him to get it out. Okay,
Wait. I want to say
white
we
guy.
got to stop saying we got two Mexicans. Ray, you're a halfie, right?
I'm a half, yes.
Yeah, we got 1.5 Mexicans.
Which half are you? What's your other half?
The dad's the Mexican, the mom's the white.
Oh, she's a white. I was worried you're going to put a black in there. Good for you, right? I'm only joking. And so it's okay. So an Asian person or a white person missing a hand?
Asian. I'm going Asian.
Okay. An Asian person or a white man with no toes?
Or a white woman.
I'm just saying what. I'm just trying to find out what level of white disability is better than Asian.
An Asian person or Jason?
I wouldn't mind Jason. I could fix that up.
Look at
No.
his feet.
Let's go with it. Let's
can
go with
clean that
the
up.
let's go with the no toes. No toed white guy or an Asian.
What kind of Asian?
Any Asian you want.
Any?
No, because there's like the Mongoloidish ones.
It's
up
gotta-
in the
no,
top
I
of
wouldn't be
Mongolia.
one
No,
of
you got
fucking
to
badass Japanese
either
guys.
Japanese. Okay,
Fuck, I'm going Asian. Yeah,
you go. Okay, white guy or Japanese bloke.
white guy.
White guy, of course. So
Yeah.
the only difference between you and an Asian is if your toes were gone.
Yeah, if my toes were gone, I'd be like, "Fucking, why did I get stuck with this stupid white body?"
Yeah,
I want the Asian one
that's
so
the only
bad.
thing that's holding you back. And you know what? Okay, what about white guy with Asian sized dick or an Asian guy with a white guy's dick?
You know who would in this situation?
Hold on, Eddie. White guy with an Asian-sized dick or an Asian with a white dick. I'm going with an Asian with a white dick.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Okay, how about this?
Because you're doing the maths there like
How
a
about
good
this?
Asian.
Wait, before you say that,
Yeah. You're doing the math there 'cause you're Asian.
do you know that there's one person that we could ask this question to that we would say white or black or that wouldn't answer white that is white?
Our albino friend.
He's gonna come in here, you guys.
Wait, is he really albino?
He'd rather be anything other than white.
Yeah, but there can be black albinos. You ever seen them?
Yeah.
Wait, he's
I've
white
seen one.
albino?
They look like
He's white albino?
Yeah, but white albinos, all albinos
just
look the
blonde.
same. They all look the same.
no, that's
No.
Victor
Black
Venato.
albinos. Black
we know
albinos.
black
Yeah.
albino.
Black albinos,
albinos.
when they have they have the curly hair, but they're still ooh. My father has the same condition that Michael Jackson had.
The thing where you're.
No, he fucked kids. no, my dad has.
God, that was so well played.
My dad has.
That was so fucking good.
I'm not. What's it called? Vitiligo.
Vitiligo, yeah.
Vitiligo.
What is that?
It starts on your dick.
You lose your skin pigmentation over your body. Now, Michael Jackson had it, but he obviously bleached the rest of his skin. Like, because it happens in splotches. And there is footage of him earlier. That's why he put the white glove on to begin with, because it happened on the back of his hand. Was the first place it became evident. It happened to my father on the back of his...
happens on your dick first.
I don't know.
No, my buddy has it, and he said the first place it happens is your dick.
I don't know about my father's
Maybe that's
dick,
he's jerking off too much, or that's where it
No,
starts.
I said to him, I go, did you think it was like a venereal disease? And he was like, I didn't know what it was. I freaked out and I went to the doctor, and they were like,
it's just you lose all your pigmentation. It's like getting albinism like later in life, but it's worse because it goes all blotchy. And my father's got it over his chest and over his hands and allegedly his dick. And allegedly, I don't know about this thing. But Michael Jackson had it. But then I don't know why he just never told the truth and why he said it was blotchy, because on black guys it looks horrible, obviously, because it looks like they're stealing white. And so that joke deserved a better laugh. Can we edit that out? That was horrible.
Add a laugh track.
Right? No, come on.
It stays in.
So anyway, he put
what
the
would you
glove
rather
on.
be, black or Aborigine?
Aboriginals
Aboriginal.
are black.
No,
No,
they're
they're
not.
not.
They're not.
Oh, I'd rather be a black guy than Aboriginal.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know.
Because what, they're not as oppressed as Aboriginals are really oppressed people.
Maori or Aboriginal.
Maori, because they could beat the shit out of people.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, go back to your dad's dick.
So anyway, my point is that Michael Jackson did bleach the rest of his skin. I don't know why he lied about
Have you
that.
seen your dad's dick?
Not for well, I probably stood next to him at a urinal and taken a peek.
Were you like, wow, that's very well.
No, I don't think his dick is discoloured, to be honest with you. I have pissed next to him.
Wait, so if I ever meet your dad, am I going to stare at him?
No, he's just got a couple of blotches on his chest and a bit on his hand and all that type of stuff.
It's not that bad. A lot of people have it and you don't even know it.
On white
people, you
on
can't
white
really
guys, it's not that noticeable, but on black people, it's really looks really bad.
Colin told me yesterday I have the worst staring problem. I just stare at people.
Yeah, and you don't blink.
Yeah, and I just stare at them. I
Kinda
go,
like Jason
that's
did.
because I'm thinking of what I want to make fun of them for.
It's let's go back to the little people. The little people. Okay, when we first they're having staring competition. You can't beat.
This staring competition's really good for a podcast.
They're good for podcasts.
We do them all the time.
You can't beat Jason though. Jason practices with his dog. And he does. He practices with his dog in his house, but the dog doesn't know that the dog, him and him, have a staring competition.
The dog's just like, man, he's fucking high as shit.
Yeah. Well, the dog's also high because it lives in the same house.
So, are you guys not blinking?
No,
Is
they're
that
not
part of-
blinking. No.
I have contact lenses in, which makes it really hard because one of them's about to pop out now.
No, it's not going to pop out. Why do you lie,
It's really
Eddie?
dry.
Yeah,
They will. They
if
will.
you leave your eye open long enough, it pops out.
It will.
It
It
just
absolutely
gets- it
You
will.
blink, you lost.
It absolutely
You
will.
lost.
I know.
So anyway,
Gotta be
when,
good
I know
at
the feeling,
something.
Eddie.
so when you go to the Dwarf Hotel, right,
They have a special
and there's
hotel.
literally hundreds and hundreds of them,
Thousands.
thousands, yeah.
Really? Are the guys from Big World Little People there?
Yeah. There were a lot of celebrity dwarfs there.
There are a lot of celebrity dwarfs.
Really?
The guy from Pit Boss was there.
I fucking hate that
A couple
guy.
of guys from Pornos were
I
there.
hate the fucking pit boss.
I
guy.
met one dwarf who was such an asshole that you don't imagine dwarfs ever being assholes because, you think that they're all friendly and nice.
Yeah.
But this one was just a dickhead.
Yeah.
You don't just meet someone, your personality is worse than your disability. You're a fucking dickhead.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I met one asshole one who was like, he wrote music for movies. And I was outside and he just talks his way into the conversation like this. He's like, yeah, I don't know. I came to this thing. I'm losing a lot of money being at this convention. And I'm like, all right, mate. He goes, yeah, I'm meant to be at work at the moment.
Well, there's only so much you can fit in those tiny little pockets.
yeah, and then he goes, I write the music that goes on movies and on TV. And I said, oh, yeah. And then he goes, when you're watching TV and there's like music in the background, someone has to write that. And I'm like, I figured that. Yeah. He goes, and that someone's me. And I went, cool, like you're a successful dwarf, mate. What do you want me to say, right?
Yeah.
And then he goes, I'm going to write this movie score with Rob Zombie for this thriller movie. Now, obviously, we got this problem coming. He's a perfectionist. I'm a perfectionist. We're going to clash at times. And I just walked away. I couldn't handle it.
Jim comes in from having a soak. He goes,
As a perfectionist.
Jim goes, I just met the biggest fucking asshole midget I've ever met in my life. He goes, I want to fucking kill him. And I'm like, Jim, he's a midget. He's got a tough life.
He's
and
a dwarf.
he goes,
Eddie, you keep using that word.
your mom's a midget. Fuck off.
So anyway, when you're at the dwarf,
Why are you?
Keep using it.
yeah,
What?
don't say the word midget.
Oh,
No, I'm saying it in context. I'm allowed to say it. So anyway, when you go to the dwarf hotel, they have these. All the kids are around. Now may I
It's okay to say
say?
Dwarf Hotel. We were.
Now may I
It
say?
was the Hyatt. It wasn't. It's not like we were.
it was the pot of gold.
This tiny.
I didn't want to say anything with the word high in it.
It was the Hyatt.
So anyway, all the dwarfs are. What am I talking about?
the lowest.
Oh, in the lobby of the Dwarf Hotel, you'll see. And may I say, when we first got there, because Eddie was just ready to take the piss, he was filming in the car, going. Eddie was just
ready to go.
Eddie was ready to go. And we get there. There's a 2-year-old dwarf boy with a dad.
Oh,
and
way to go.
yeah,
I go. Let's get back in the car.
Yeah.
It's over. It's over. And then for some reason, Jason tried to scale a wall, which is like, right. So we see.
He wanted to show them what a monster looks like.
I don't care. I don't care what you say, right? Dwarf kids are way more adorable than regular
So cute.
kids.
Fuck yeah.
So fucking cute. It makes you not want to have a regular kid.
No, you're
Like,
talking.
these
Whoa! There's different kinds of dwarfisms because the dwarf kids were really cute. The midget kids weren't that cute.
Oh.
No, I like.
When
There
they
was
were,
one
like,
little midget child that was like two foot tall. That was just the most
Yeah,
fucking
they're really
adorable.
cute.
Was holding the most adorable. They were all adorable kids. But the thing is, they gave them all these little tiny BMX bikes, right? Which were just like advanced tricycles, I guess. But they were like little tiny BMX bikes and scooters, and they were just riding around the lobby. Like, there was other people staying in the hotel. Like, imagine if you booked that hotel on that weekend just by accident for romantic getaway.
Got hammered the night before and just woke up and came downstairs for breakfast. And you're like, oh, fuck, where did I pass out? Holy shit.
So anyway, there's kids riding around on their bikes just in the lobby and doing skids and stuff, just riding into you and stuff.
Because who's gonna bust them?
Who's going to bust him?
No.
Who's going to be the guy to go up to the dwarf child on the bike and go, get off the bloody bike in the foyer, you fucking idiot?
You couldn't because he's got a disability. That's
I like my favorite part of it was while the whole thing was going on, I look at Lalit, Jason, Jim, everyone's just scanning the whole place. And I go, you're just trying to get material for the podcast. And they were all like staring at someone.
You know what I liked? There was every walk of life there. There was the nerdy dwarf, the hip dwarf, the Chris Angel style dwarf.
The gangster dwarf.
shut up.
Gangster style
The reggae
dwarf.
Hoochie
dwarf.
dwarfs.
The hoochie ones, the ones that were
serious?
thrown out there.
Porn
Those
dwarfs.
are my
Porn
favorite.
dwarfs, the little ones.
That one porn girl, that one that I've seen before.
Gidget the midget, she wasn't there.
Man,
There was one guy that was important. He was quite a good looking bloke.
Yeah.
I tell you what's big in the dwarf community that I found out through being there. Wearing a baseball hat backwards. Now, my reasoning is it's hiding the large forehead.
Yeah.
So they all wear the baseball hat right down to the eyebrows. That's big
Yeah.
in the dwarf
I hope we have
community.
no dwarf listeners.
No, I don't think we're being mean about
I don't think
dwarfs.
I haven't heard a negative thing at all.
I don't think we're being. I don't know.
No, I haven't. I
We're
don't.
talking positively about
Yeah.
I think it's
I'll be honest.
observational stuff that we
Yeah.
noticed.
I was impressed with the community of the whole event, though. Those
Tell us
people-
why, Jason.
Because there's a lot of genuine care. It was like a really good group.
It was nice. Also, you
Did
see when you
you-
see the older brothers and sisters who are regular sized people, the younger brothers and sisters who are
Yeah.
regular people, and they were there being supportive and all that type of stuff.
Oh, that's
It's
gotta
kind of
be
moving
great.
to go to
But
there,
what,
actually. Really
yeah.
nice.
So
what-
you see these people every year.
How about
Yeah.
the
Then
one?
you
How
get
about
to-
the one older kid? The one normal sized kid came in. What do they call them? Tall people.
Tallies.
Tall people. The one tall kid,
Hyatts.
like
Hyatts.
he's a brother of one of the dwarfs. He comes into the comedy show and just started heckling everyone. Remember that kid?
Wait, the kid from is it this ain't the kid from Big Tall Little World, is it?
No.
Oh, just
No,
the
that family
regular-
was there. That family was there. Like
I heard that. I heard that. dad
Here's
did
the
that.
best part. Jim and
it.
Jason
Yeah.
are addicted to pinball. As you see the pinball machine here.
Yeah.
They had a rec room for all the little
An
dwarfs to
arcade.
play, and they're all playing and running around. There's arcades, and Jim spots a pinball machine, and he goes, "Oh, that's the best pinball machine
The
in the
Twilight
world."
Zone.
It's one of my
That's the
favorite
Twilight
machines
Zone.
ever made.
He goes,
Yeah.
"It's my favorite machine." And he goes over, and there's a little kid playing it, and Jason
On a
and him
step
gravitate
stool.
towards it. The kid's on a step stool. His arms barely
Because
reach
the
the bumpers.
Twilight Zone's a wide body pinball machine.
and they're
Why would
going-
you hire the wide body?
And they're going, "How much longer do you think he has to play? Come on, let's get this kid." And I'm like, "Guys,
We were very supportive, but
you hovered over him."
We were cheering him on.
he didn't give in when his game was up. He was like,
yeah, he was just kept on, and he didn't even know what he was scoring. He was just flipping. Just like, he was just throwing the ball up there. He had no fucking idea.
This is great to hear. Pinball.
But our dwarf friend, Brad Williams.
Yeah.
Brad Williams said to me, he goes, I can't tell which ones are like kids and which ones are adults. And he goes, neither can I. Right?
Shut up.
He said, neither can I. He goes, what happens is you'll be at these dwarf conventions and you'll be like, hey, baby, how you doing? Finding out you're chatting up a 12-year-old. Because he can't tell the difference.
It happened to me.
Really?
Yeah, I was chatting up a girl and then found out she was 12. And
She was a regular person.
oh, wow.
She was.
But Bert, tell us why you take Xanax.
Because I don't have the proper coping mechanism in my brain to just realize what is real terror and what is not real terror.
That's just
I think
how-
I've just fucked myself up. I've done so much shit that has literally probably been life threatening and crazy. You know, from like being a rodeo clown to fighting a bear to being choked out by MMA guys to jumping off buildings to riding down on a shovel at 70 miles an hour down a mountain. That I think I've screwed up my like the thing that registers. All right, this isn't that bad. So then.
You've
like,
never
today-
lived with Jason Hour in your house.
No,
I
but-
have
Worried
not.
that any moment he could kill you.
Why do you panic about the flying?
So, because I don't want to die. I feel like everything's going right in my life right now, and so this is when I'll fucking die. So, like,
I'm not afraid of crashing. I'm afraid of being contained.
and it's like the perfect scenario. Like I'm, you know, like
You've already died.
what do you mean?
Here we go.
You've already died.
Explain
Really.
it. Explain it, Jason.
Well-
So,
Time is a constant,
Yes.
right? So all degrees of probability have already been expressed. You just observe the one you're in. Technically, you've already died.
Do you see why we keep
Idiot.
him around and don't kill him?
yeah, wow.
Wait, I need to
Okay.
tell. I need to tell this too.
Now I'm glad I took that Xanax because now I'm freaking about what time zone I'm in.
You spend a whole day with him. By the end of the day, you'll want to kill yourself. You'll be so afraid. You're so crazy. Just spend,
That might be the cure, though.
the other night.
I've done everything to cure anxiety, and
haven't hung out with me.
I've done.
No, he
I'm a
won't cure it. He makes
therapist,
it
Bert.
worse.
I
He
can
makes
help
it
you.
worse.
Do
He
you
makes it
panic
worse.
about like the career or anything like that,
No.
or that things are going to go?
I'm not
tits up?
worried about my career or about anything. Like,
I panic about things like that. I panic that I'm going to lose my voice and then I'm never going to be able to work again, and then I have no money.
Oh, I panic about getting mouth cancer and then looking like Roger Ebert and no one wanting to watch me do stand up because I'm just babbling.
It's called catastrophizing.
But I also like I don't have
Very
any
good,
like
Eddie.
I know, I
doing
do.
my hour special, no anxiety. Letterman the other night, no anxiety. Fucking Good Morning America, no anxiety. Like that's why I'm flying to New York to do Good Morning America.
No, I don't worry about
Like,
those things. Either.
yeah.
I worry about the long-term career that everyone's going to decide I'm shit, and then I'm. Like,
Oh yeah. Oh, I believe that everyone will that I sometimes I'll recite my act in my head or like ideas I have, and then I will sit there and I'll go, there's nothing really funny in here. Like if you say it a certain way, it's not that funny. Like I can totally see that, but I don't really stress that much about
Speaking
my
of
career.
crazy, go ahead. Tell us.
I was actually, I just had a memory because you're talking about, I actually used to induce panic on myself when I was a kid. Like
and on others.
at night. No, I would just
No,
like,
that was
I
called
would just-
someone's
no,
cock
I would
in
just,
your
like,
ass
literally, like-
raping you.
No, I would literally just like breathe and like create that fear and just do it just to see, you know.
I used to have panic attacks when I was a kid, really bad.
Maybe I was actually having a panic attack and
And you
enjoyed
thought
it.
it
Probably-
was self-induced.
No, you
And
enjoyed
enjoy
it? Do you,
I don't
do you
know. I
enjoy
mean, I
getting
actually got a thrill out of that panic.
Do you enjoy like smoking weed and losing your mind?
He enjoys
Yeah, I don't
smoking
lose
weed
my
and doing
mind.
He's
anything.
always
I love it.
stoned.
I'm
Really?
always, yeah. I smoke
how he
weed and
copes.
like go out and do work.
You never smoked too much weed? Does that happen to only people who started smoking weed when they were 13? Like you started smoking weed fairly recently, right?
Yeah, it's an older.
Yeah, like
pursuit.
Rogan's the same way. Rogan started when he was like 30 or something.
Yeah, I think it messes with your
I
development.
think it catches up
Yeah.
with
Like when I was 14, we get high and then I'd be like, that's it, I'm dying. I'm having a heart attack at 14. And then now I'm always skeptical of weed because I'm like, I don't want to.
Well, that's when reason's like being developed, right? When you're like 16
Yeah.
to 18 or something like
You-
that.
yeah,
so like if
and-
you're messing with that,
you. Lolita, clinical
Yeah,
therapist.
I'm a
Let's hear
therapist
it.
and actually worked with a psychologist who did a study on that. And
Really?
since your brain isn't fully developed by the time you're
Fucking
25,
great.
well, it could exacerbate schizophrenia in young males. That's why it's really dangerous for young males to smoke marijuana.
Do you want to hear
If
what
you're
you could possibly be
predisposed to it.
schizophrenic?
But you're
No,
much
let me
older.
tell you something. No, let me tell you something.
So you're
I
fine.
definitely thought there were times I was getting myself schizophrenic high.
I feel it. I'm getting
fucking-
schizophrenic without being high.
I remember just not being able to turn it off and going, fucking, why won't this go away? And like laying in my buddy's bed when they were all like, no one was having a problem. And I was just like, that's it. I'm fucking dying. And then my brain's just shouting things like, yellow, yellow. And I'm like, fucking, why do you need to yell that? And then just gagging. Oh, miserable. So high I wanted to call my mom.
Then why did you keep doing it?
I don't know.
You're a masochist.
I don't
Do you
know.
still do like death-defying stunts like that?
No, I'm wrapped. I'm wrapped
You're
for
done?
my show, and I hopefully, like I said that after I did Hurt Burt, and like I got mauled by a bear, got my ribs broken, and my foot broken. I was like, I'm never doing another fucking show like this. And then they called me and they're like, you want to do this show? And I was like, money's got to be right. And then they're like, we can do that. And then you're like, oh fuck. And then it meant more to me to get my family out of an apartment into a house. So I just put that in my head. And then you go, well, I've done the first season. I'm never doing another one. And then they call and they're like, you want to do a second season? You're like, oh yeah, definitely. And then I got done the second season and I'm like, I had said it vocally to people, like, I'm done. I'm wrapped. I said it on Letterman. He goes, so what are you going to do for the third season? I go, nothing. I'm not doing it. I said it out loud. But if they called tomorrow, I'd probably be like, yeah, I mean, it's TV.
Why don't you do it like Rogan does and let other people do it and you just watch them?
Jason
Did
can
you
fill in
go
for
on
you.
Letterman as a guest and not as a
Jason?
stand-up?
That's a
That's a
guess.
job
That must
you
have
could
been
do.
cool.
It was surreal. It was so surreal.
Was that easier than doing stand-up on Letterman?
Massively.
Yeah, I reckon
I'd
it would be.
much because he's funny. And then like I just sat down and started giggling, and he just looked at me and he goes, and he gave a Dave look like that, like you know, I don't know what the word is, but you know when Dave is like then looks at the audience like, we got a live one or whatever, and then the audience laughed, and then I laughed, and then he laughed, and then he looked at me, and it was just so simple. Like, and we had like 9 things to talk about, and we didn't talk about any of them. We talked about. He just started. He goes, so they specifically said we don't want to talk about your show, and he was like, so tell me about your show, and I was like, all right, and so I told him a little bit, and then I said something about skydiving with Rachel Ray. And he was like, you went skydiving with Rachel Ray? And I was like, yeah. He was like, what was that like? And I never had said this joke. I was like, I just like made up a joke of, I go, Rachel Ray's, first of all, she's hot. Second of all, she can make you dinner in 30 minutes or less. And third, if you take her on a date, she's not going to spend more than $40. Gets a fucking huge laugh, right? And Dave it was so simple. I would recommend paneling as to stand up. To any comic, because you have so many bits in your head. It's like doing radio.
Yeah. I've always found being interviewed doing like morning TV a lot easier than doing morning radio, whatever like that, or doing stand up on TV shows.
Yeah.
But when I did Lopez doing a stand up spot, I was meant to be going over to sit on the couch and chat to him for a bit, and I had a big story worked out, and I was going to be way funnier doing that.
Yeah.
But then fucking Justin Bieber overran. And there wasn't time
You
for me.
got bumped by Bieber.
I got bumped by Bieber.
We got to get moving because we got to get the show. I just want to mention one thing. The other night when we went to the taco truck, we were on our way there and we stopped by an apartment building because Jason saw friends on the third story of the building. On the apartment, they're smoking cigarettes. Jason goes, "Can I get a cigarette?" The guy drops a cigarette.
Wait, where did I hear this?
I think I Twittered it. He
Oh, that
drops
was-
the cigarette.
this is-
He catches it in the air, puts it in his mouth, and I go, "Did you really just catch this?"
It was a good moment because it was like a third story, like flick, and I was
And he
like,
goes,
"Sick."
he goes, "Life is full of miracles."
Life is full of
I said,
miracles.
I think I may have said, was
Okay.
it miracles or life can be an
Jason,
adventure?
before we go, I need to ask you, why is there a camera crew following you around Venice?
Oh, they're just
Steady
practice-
cams. Steady cams.
Just
Like-
practicing, but you know it's great that.
practicing.
Practicing for what? For when
Steady
you-
cams.
Well, you know what's funny?
For when you're famous?
It's funny, Rich.
No, explain to me why they're following you.
We're just messing around, and you know,
Why is it you?
I don't know.
No,
Just
Jason.
ask me. I don't
something's
know.
going on.
No,
Jason, tell us what's going on.
there's nothing going on.
Why
really
are they
practicing
following
steady
you around
cam?
Yeah,
with
he's
cameras?
practicing.
Steady cams are if you can operate a steady cam, you make a dickload of money.
Well, this guy's a
And
union
you
steady
and
cam
no,
guy.
You can never go
told
on a
me
set
too.
and get paid to work.
But the
to
cool
practice.
thing is-
so these guys they get steady cams. They're fucking expensive as shit. But you see them practicing all the fucking time. That's so funny.
It's
My buddy Scott
hard.
bought a steady cam, and he'd fucking bring that shit out to dinner and just like walk
He'd
around.
come
the table.
here. He says he'd come by if you
And
wanted
do
to come
what?
over.
He's going to steady cam our show.
Dude,
So
imagine
much
a
action.
It's
fucking
beautiful.
a
It's
panning,
beautiful.
a shot. It'd make
Steadicam's fucking
it'd take us to
sick.
the next level
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, well, first of all, it would take you to a level
Can he
that
come-
doesn't exist.
Can he come to CrossFit on Thursday and shoot? Will he shoot you?
If he's not working, I'll ask him.
You need the panoramic cam.
Yeah.
For him doing CrossFit.
Extra wide angle.
Yes, Lalit. Thank you.
Were you? Did you
Thank
get in
you
a
for
lot of
explaining
trouble
the
at
joke.
school,
You're
Jim?
welcome.
Huh?
Did you get in a lot of? You're really quick. You're an interesting person to listen to because you're really quick. But did you get a lot of trouble at school?
Yeah.
Really?
But I think I got away with it at school, you know what I mean? If you say something really funny, if you
Yeah.
zing in, you're all right. See, I didn't talk too much. I just came in and
See, I talk too
pop,
much.
pop, pop.
I was the same, but I was at All Boys Catholic High School and I didn't have the ability to not speak.
Well,
Yeah.
I used to get in a lot of trouble. I also used to get out of a lot of trouble because my mother was a school teacher at the school.
Oh, really?
So they felt like I had it hard enough, I think. So I used to go down to the principal's office and then sort of being let off the hook every now and again.
So now, what would all right? You can have fame in any country.
Right.
Where do you take it?
Well, America.
America?
America. There's only one place.
Because America transcends to
That's
the rest of the world.
place where you're most famous, yeah, and that's the place where celebrities given the red carpet and the thing and the
Really?
yeah, America, yeah.
Because you guys are both pretty big in like Australia and Europe, right?
I'm not
I
in
do
Europe at
okay in
all.
the UK, but I'm not big. in
I'm not
Australia.
anything in the UK. I haven't been there for 6 years now. I stopped going.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I stopped. I didn't like the rain.
Seriously?
I'll get an email tomorrow. Fuck you. Fucking was sunny for 4 days here. Anything we say on the show, our listeners.
yeah.
I think London's the best city in the world. Best city in the world.
We did Edinburgh. Me, Patrice, and Rich Voss embalmed
Yeah.
29 nights in a row.
I can yeah. There's
So bad.
There's a secret to Edinburgh, and it's not just going over and not knowing anything about it. You know what I mean? And
That is definitely
I always meet these American comics. That I think I'm going to give Edinburgh a go. The best thing: go for a holiday, look at it, case the joint out,
Yeah,
then
yeah,
go
and,
back.
or
Because
go-
I went up there twice, like just on like little weekends, and just seeing my other friends who were doing the shows, watch their shows, found out the good promoters and sort of stuff. Now,
Russell Peters.
the room I do in Edinburgh is like the biggest room in the whole festival, 1,000 seats, right? And I only did that through years and years of back and forth. But I think it was Paul Provenza went out there and died on his ass.
Did he?
Yeah. He went out there and then he never came back with a show. He just came back each time with a.
See, I started.
I'm not
going
saying he had a
up-
bad show,
I'd
but
go
he
over
didn't
and-
know how to promote it
Yeah.
or the competition that was out there.
I'd go over and do spots. The first couple times I went, I just went and I'd do a spot here and a spot.
probably
Like people
smart.
do late night shows, and you can pick up cash, and you're not like everybody has to invest in their own show. There, they've got to pay for the promotion and everything, and then if they don't sell tickets, they don't make their money back. So I just go in, give $50 for this show, or £50 for this show. I'd do like 3 a night. I'd walk out, and I was like the only guy making money because everybody else was. Not, they were all losing money.
Oh, you can make money in those extra shows, yeah, but it's very tricky, and no one sees the package shows. No one sees that. Only people go see the solo shows.
Except late at night.
What you did was a package, like 3 comics.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
no one's
Oh,
going to see it because those
I
shows
thought
are
you
on
said
late at
packy.
night. No, package. No one sees the package shows either.
I was like, oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
No, actually, they sell quite well, the brown people.
I just remember we met Russell Peters then, and I remember me and Patrice. I mean, I'm not going to speak for
Was
Patrice.
he doing
and Rich.
well at Edinburgh that year, was he?
Oh, yeah, he was doing good, but the three of us were like, we'll never hear from that guy again.
I met Russell Peters just the other day.
Patrice will never probably admit that now.
At Chicago at the Just for Laughs festival. And he came up and did something very weird to me. I've never met the guy before.
Russell Peters or Patrice?
Russell Peters.
Okay, yeah.
He came out. I was standing there, and the Robbie Praw, who promotes the whole festival, came up and said, Patrice. Wait. He said, Russell, this is Jim Jeffries. You met Russell. And then Russell Peters went on to do an Australian impersonation and went, sure I have. Me and him used to play the didgeridoo together and wrestle koalas. And I was like, really? Is this? Like, no one laughed. And I just sort of looked at him bemused, like, all right, it's nice to meet you. So are you saying that you didn't get along with him when you met him? Or?
No. He was there was that style of promoter wasn't around yet. Like there was no guy in New York that was like that. That was like handing fucking flyers out and stuff. And to see that, we were just like, he'll never make it. In order to make it, you need to be on the DL and be cool about yourself. And then sure enough, man, he blew up. And we were like,
Yeah, I've
fuck.
said that about so many guys,
I said that about so many people.
and then they're massive.
And then they're massive. I did Hawaii with Russell and this girl he was dating, who I'm almost certain he's not with. So I can say
I
this.
think
One of the
he's married with kids now.
yeah, there's one of the dumbest people I've ever been around, and so much so that we got on a boat
What was her name?
take. Her name is Kimberly. I don't care.
That's his wife.
Shut up. No, it's not. So,
Even little lies
we
are
got
lies,
on
Eddie.
we got on a boat to take a tour of Pearl Harbor. We get on a boat, and I hear her lean into Russell and go, "Is this gonna go underwater?" And we all looked at Russell, and Russell was like, "She's hot as shit. What can I do?" She was fucking smoking hot too.
I've dated girls like that and not had a problem at all.
I
with
dated
No,
a
but
girl
it's,
once-
it's when it's not that they're stupid. They just, no one ever tells them you're an idiot. And
Yeah.
they've never had to develop their brain too much
they're
because
so
they
hot.
get away with everything because they're hot. I don't think they're born inherently stupid.
Yeah.
You can be attractive and smart.
I dated a
And
girl.
I think some guys find that attractive as well. Like in a power position, it's kind of like, I want
to
you
explain
be,
shit to
Yeah.
someone who's in the
And they
in the
think
car
it's
with
cute.
you.
They
It's
wanna be
like,
dick
It's the same
does the
re-
Concorde go the speed of
I know
sound or
girls
the
who do
speed
that
of
on
light?
It's the
purpose.
same reason athletic guys aren't funny.
My
Because
brother
they didn't
married
have to be.
my brother married a woman who he divorced soon afterwards. He's married now with another lady, but he married a woman who once said when she was buying a strainer, like
Yeah.
wouldn't the spaghetti fall through the holes? Was her big? That's what you asked the shopkeeper.
I dated a girl we called Dum Dum. Her nickname.
That's pretty stupid.
This girl's
like the
nickname.
Jessica Simpson.
Her
Oh.
nickname was Dum Dum, and
I'm
she
getting mine
said,
shit from my
Was she a
dumb one.
panda?
She said one time, I was talking to another comic and he said, "Oh, I can't work this weekend." And she said, "Why not?" And he said, "'Cause it's the Jewish New Year." And she goes, "Oh, so is it going to be 1998 for you
No.
on Monday?" And he was like, yes, it is.
I had a girl.
No, isn't it like 4,720 or something like
I
that?
had a girl go to me once I was dating. She said, "How big is my engine?" And I said, "It's a 2-liter engine in a car." I said, "It's a 2-liter engine." She goes, "Then why
Oh, God.
does it cost me $50 to fill it?"
Okay, here's mine. I was dating a girl when I moved to New York who said, "Are the subways dangerous?" And I said, "Not normally, but at the time it was Latin King's initiation week. So they'll go up to you and ask you what time it is and then slash you in your face. But not normally, but that's happening now." And she said, "Ugh, why do I need to worry about getting initiated into a gang I don't even want to be in?" They don't fucking initiate you, Kristen. Just, you're in. Your name's Little Monster.
I feel badly because I like this girl a lot. She was a really cool girl, but her name was Dum Dum, and her real name was Lisa. And she told me until the time she was like 14, like really late in life, she thought LMNO was one letter because the way you say it in the
God,
alphabet.
now I kind of want to date a dumb girl.
I went out with a girl for years, Terry, who she was pretty thick, Terry, and she said I once referenced Marlon Brando, and she gave me this look, and I was like, Marlon Brando. She's like, and I go, The Godfather, and then her excuse was, "Oh, they were films before I was born." And I go, "But they still exist now. They're films." Right, and I thought that was stupid, right? And then I go back to see her mum and her stepdad, and I said to her, I was telling this story about how she didn't know who Marlon Brando was, and then I got this look from the stepmom that was like, "What? Who's Marlon Brando?"
Marlon Brando.
And then I started sort of going, "You serious? You don't know Marlon Brando?" And the stepdad gave me this look of, "I've been down this road 1,000 times." Like he just went, "It's not worth it, mate. Just yes." And I go, he goes, "But it was before Terry was born." I go, "Does she know about Hitler?"
All right, I think we got to go on that one. Thank you, Bert Kreischer. Do
Thank
you have
you,
anything
guys.
you want to plug?
When's this airing?
This will be on this Thursday.
I'm in Omaha right now when you're listening to this. I'm in Omaha, Nebraska at Colleen's Club. And my big hope is that 311 will show up or Larry the Cable Guy.
Oh, is he from Omaha
Those are
too?
the only people I know that live in Omaha.
I'm in Atlanta, but it's sold out already.
You'll be in Atlanta.
Where are you at in Atlanta?
With funny
Laughing Skull.
skull.
You going to Laughing Square?
Yeah, I've been told good things.
It's going to
but
have
the
you guys
money's
so much fun.
money's not very
The
good.
money's
It
horrible.
only seats 80.
Yeah, it only
money's
seats 80, but
horrible.
you're gonna have the cheeseburgers are the best cheeseburgers you'll ever have in your life.
Yeah, the
and
Vortex.
and bring this is what everyone says. Bring a notebook because you can try whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, and
like
Marshall's a
literally
good guy,
just
the
be like
guy that runs
be
it's
like,
great.
all right, that didn't like it's a great. I went and did it with Emo Phillips was there the
Elmo.
opening weekend, and they were like,
Tickle me Elmo.
they're like, "Do you want to go up and
That's Jason
after
Allen.
emo and do the room?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And man, you couldn't pull me off that stage. I had so much fun. It's a fun room to work in.
That's the room where I said, that's the one where they were yelling at me, show us your tits.
Marshall really underpays.
You can't say that. Marshall's
My
a good guy.
money's worse than yours.
I wanted to
Let's go
say
money for money.
something, Eddie, I wanted to say something before we're done.
That's what I'm getting
I don't even know what I'm getting.
for the weekend.
Why are we talking about this? All right. This is
I
getting
wanted to say
edited.
something.
Wait, Jason, what are you getting when you work there?
$500.
I wanted to say thank you. I wanted to shout out and give a thanks.
Wait,
Yeah, it's like
You
$2
guys-
a night.
what?
are you doing?
Why do
You have
still
nothing
your
to
headphones
plug.
on?
I want to say thank
The
you.
headphones aren't
on
even
and they
working.
don't work.
His
I
ears
love
are
it. I
cold.
love it when we plug and then Jason comes in with, there'll be some people
not plugging.
practicing their
You're-
steady
I'd
cam.
I'd like to
Tackling
thank
the
Pete.
defense.
I'd like to thank Pete who sent me a
No.
T-shirt.
This
in the
I
mail.
want to thank James Dixon actually at Apple.
James Addiction.
James Dixon.
And thank
James
you
Addiction.
guys.
Shut up.
Okay.
No.
I'd like
Apple.
to thank Machete, Luke, Jesse, Lalit, Io, PK, Ray, the intern. Find Southern
Yeah.
Gentleman for our t-shirts. FindSouthernGentleman.com. Check them out. Also, go to our website, Jim and Eddie Talk Shit. T-shirts are available now and donate. Go to our YouTube page, youtube.com/Jim and Eddie Talk Shit. Go to Stitcher to use the code, the promo code, Jim and Eddie. Use that promo code, Jim and Eddie. Thank you guys, and go fuck yourself.
Talking shit.